Stop. Seriously. Just hold your breath for a second. Imagine you're deep in the Amazon, and suddenly, the forest has gone completely silent. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're putting you directly in the crosshairs of the Amazon's most surgical killer. Are you ready to see what death looks like when it has absolutely no shadow?
Because that sudden, deafening silence? Yeah, that's not a coincidence. That is a terrifying signal. It means something massive is watching you right now from the shadows, and it has already decided your fate. The animals around you, they know exactly what's coming before you even have a chance to react.
You see, you aren't just being followed on some casual jungle stroll. You're being actively hunted by the jungle ghost. And here's the truly chilling part. He doesn't roar to warn you. He strikes before you even know he's there.
Which brings us to Section 1, the invisible assassin. So why exactly is he the king of shadows? Well, just look at his paws. They're built with these soft, incredibly thick cushions that act literally like natural silencers. This lets him move over dry, crunchy leaves without making a single sound. And his eyes? They contain this wild, mirror-like layer that gives him basically superhuman night vision in total darkness.
And then there's the camouflage. It is so highly evolved that if you were standing, say, just 5 feet away, his coat would blend so perfectly with the forest floor that you'd be staring straight at death and just calling it a rock. I mean, he is completely invisible until the exact second he chooses not to be.
Which makes our next point even scarier. Section 2, calculated violence.
Now think about most big cats, right? Lions, tigers, leopards. They generally go for the throat to suffocate their prey. But the jaguar? He's completely different. He is a surgical specialist, boasting the highest bite force of all big cats. He goes straight for the skull, which is literally the strongest, most heavily armored part of the body.
It's a highly precise, bone-shattering strike. One bite, one loud crack, and it's over. He shatters bone like it's cheap glass. Just try to imagine a force so devastating and so precise that it ends life in a fraction of a second. It really begs the question, if you were his prey, would you even have time to scream?
To put that sheer, raw power into perspective, let's talk about the number 500. This animal can clamp its jaws down and drag a 500-pound caiman, a massive, heavily armored aquatic reptile, straight up a tree like it's a feather. It's just an unbelievable display of calculated violence and raw physical dominance.
And that leads us perfectly into Section 3, multi-terrain nightmare.
Because here's the thing, he isn't just a land predator, he's a water king too. He hunts in the river just as easily and fluidly as he stalks through the canopy. He is the ultimate multi-terrain nightmare. For all we know, he is currently watching you right now from the riverbank.
He owns absolutely every layer of the jungle, just waiting for you to make a single mistake. Because in his world, there are absolutely no second chances. One misstep, one sudden noise, one glance in the wrong direction, and you instantly become a permanent part of the forest floor.
Which brings us to our last topic today, Section 4, the final verdict.
The jaguar is, without a doubt, the very soul of the Amazon. He dictates the rhythm of the jungle, and like we said, he plays by absolute rules. You don't get a warning roar, you're not going to fight off a 500-pound lifting force, and you are for sure not going to outstealth him.
Which leaves us with a pretty chilling dilemma to wrap things up. If you were ever face to face with a jungle ghost, what would you do? Would you turn and run, knowing full well he's infinitely faster and more agile than you? Or would you stand your ground and just accept your fate? Tell me your survival strategy down in the comments. And hey, if you love this explainer, don't forget to subscribe to Wildlife Essence. See you next time.